We are in an El Nino year. For Louisiana, it means mild and rainy winters, and in this instance for 2023, a very hot summer with severe drought. Bruce Katz is the chief meteorologist at Fox Station WVUE in New Orleans. Mr. Katz has had to utilize his vast understanding of Louisiana's climate during his coverage of El Nino's effects on southeastern Louisiana in this momentous weather year. His predictions for southeast Louisiana during the El Nino winter mirror a lot of fellow meteorologists' expectations. He explained how El Nino and its sister pattern, La Nina, are opposite patterns.
It's really El Nino, La Nina are both opposite patterns that actually balance the atmosphere of the world. You need heat, you need cold, you need rain, you need dry. So those cycles last anywhere from 2 to 5 years. And an El Nino pattern is something that we look for in our part of the world, especially during the hurricane season,
Right.
of creating a general warming of the South Pacific off Mexico and the Baja of California that basically creates its own wind field that creates downstream winds across the Caribbean, extreme southern Gulf, and the Atlantic. And that tends to eliminate or chop off the storms that develop into possible hurricanes.
Okay.
So during an El Nino year, you can certainly have storms. However, it diminishes the probability of a strong storm. And if it's weak enough, it could actually kill it.
He also pointed out that 18 to 19 named storms developed in the Atlantic Basin, despite none of them being a threat to the Louisiana coast. He explains one storm a year that hits you is a big year. 17 storms, 18 storms in a year that don't hit you or threaten you. It's a big year, but not a big year for us. However, Katz warns you can still get major hurricanes in the El Nino year, despite the lower storm count. He states if the El Nino trade winds at a specific point aren't as strong, then the hurricane environment is developed and strong enough it can develop and beat El Nino during a more of a low period in the winds. The winds are there, but at times weaker, stronger. All it takes is one storm. However, Katz predicts and analyzes what southeast Louisiana can expect for this El Nino. Due to the constant drought throughout Louisiana and our state's climatology history, Katz hopes for a rainier winter.
Well, in an El Nino year, you go back with climatology on looking back at, weather statistics that, would show in this type of pattern, climatologically, climate means climate data, going back and looking at research and history. I would hope it would be a bit wetter. It would be mild to cool at times, and we would get more cloudy, kind of damp, cool days with some rain,
Right.
which actually would be a good thing.
Right. According to Katz's predictions, in the coming weeks will be mild and rainy. Katz's predictions for southeast Louisiana during the El Nino winter mirror a lot of fellow meteorologists' expectations. Meteorologist Scott Peele of the Weather Channel claims to back up what weathercasters here locally expect. He states that it's growing increasingly likely that some much needed rainfall will arrive, especially as we transition into the winter season. Complex pattern over the next 7 to 10 days as the subtropical jet stream attempts to turn more active. Another meteorologist at WVUE, Zack also hopes for rain to put up the drought in the Bayou State. He states that El Nino leads to a wet winter for us, and maybe, just maybe, we're seeing the hints of this pattern flip in our long-range models. Multiple Gulf Coast lows and wet periods showing up by mid-November. We'll see. Reporting for Loyola University of New Orleans, I'm Nizar Berryhill.